Crafts with Katie time. Everybody get your craft supplies out. We're gonna make some crafts today. Today I actually have 2 crafts for you. We're gonna wait a couple minutes to get started and wait for some people to join us, and then we'll get started on our crafting for today. Remember, we're gonna do 2 different crafts. Now, before we get started, if you want to go on our website and print out the directions for both of these crafts, you can find them tulsazoo.org/kids, and all of our Zoo School activities are there, as well as links to the videos. You can also access our videos on YouTube if you don't do Facebook, so you can pass that message along to all your friends, okay? So today's crafts are really fun. We are celebrating Earth Week this week, so we picked some crafts that are using some recyclable items that you can should be able to find in your house and have a lot of fun with them. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The 2 crafts that we're going to do, we're doing 2 crafts because they are pretty short crafts, but the 2 crafts that we're going to do today are our grass head planter, right there, pretty cool, and we're going to make some shakers. And I'm going to tell you why we're going to make shakers when we get there. But first, we're going to start with our grass head planter, okay? Super simple craft. What we need for this craft is a soda bottle or a water bottle, whatever you have. You can use this size, like the single serving size, or you can use like a 2-liter. Doesn't matter, whatever bottle you have. You can use a milk carton. You can use whatever jug, jar, bottle that you have. We are reusing these, so that's good for the environment, good for the earth, right? So water bottle. I wouldn't do a craft without googly eyes, of course, so I always have googly eyes. You need some grass seed. It doesn't matter what kind of grass, but you want some seed. Or if you don't want to use grass, you could use another plant. So you could plant a flower in there, but some sort of plant seed. You need soil, so some sort of potting soil. Of course, some water. And then this craft is really open to craft supplies. So any extra craft supplies that you have laying around, pipe cleaners, the caps off the bottles, glitter, you know, you can use any sort of crafts. I am going to stick mostly with construction paper because I do best with paper, but that's what, and you can use little scraps of paper, construction paper. You don't need a full sheet for this one. It is really up to you and your imagination. And just to show you some examples, this one is one I made, fully grown here. So this is a little owl friend. Now these 2 I just made recently, so they haven't grown, but they are sprouting. You can see them sprouting a little bit, but a little mouse, his little whiskers. So this craft is really up to your imagination. You can make whatever you want from it, okay? A little bunny rabbit, little tail back there, right? Doo, doo, doo. And see, they're just starting to grow. Just little sprouts starting there. And I have to admit, this one, I didn't grow this grass. I got it from horticulture. They're doing a great job here at the zoo, the horticulture department, and they gave me a little plug of grass to put in here so it would look finished and complete. So, because this grass didn't grow very fast. So, there we are. All right, so let us get started. Now, our first step is cutting off, here are my scissors. I forgot to mention scissors and glue. We also need glue. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut off the bottom portion of our bottle to make our container. So you can see our little container, that's just a soda bottle. So we're gonna cut it off. Depending on your bottle, I've noticed that soda bottles tend to be a little bit thicker of a plastic, and they might be a little more difficult for young ones to cut. So if you are a young one and you're having a little bit of trouble, just ask an adult or older friend to help you. But you have your little container. Water bottles tend to be a little bit thinner and easier to cut. Helpful hint, right? All right, so then you just trim off the top until you like it, the shape that you like. Make sure there's no sharp edges that you can hurt yourself on. That's like a really sharp edge right there. So I'm just trim that off. And even sometimes I have a hard time. Sometimes I've switched directions, might be easier. There we go. Cut that off. I'm not doing well this morning. How are you guys doing? I'm doing well. Just having a hard time cutting today. Okay, so there's my little container. Now our next step, what we want to do is we want to fill it with dirt. So So I've got my dirt here. And we're gonna fill it with dirt. Of course, you could spoon this in if it's easier for you, if you don't like your hands dirty. I, of course, like to get my hands dirty, so I like to play in the dirt. And it smells really good. I like the way the dirt smells. Okay, so we'll put some in there. Finish that up. I got dirt everywhere. And then we're gonna take our grass seed and just put some on top. Now I'm gonna put a bunch because I don't think I put enough on these guys, and that's why they're not growing as well. So I'm gonna put a bunch of grass seed in there, kind of poke it down a little bit, maybe sprinkle a little dirt on top, just like that. And of course we have to add our water. And you do have to make it pretty wet in the beginning until it starts sprouting. And this water's not going down into the soil. So I'm gonna kind of stir it around until it does. And then I'm gonna wipe my finger on my pants because I didn't bring napkins or towels. Okay, yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we have this, and you could leave it like this and just grow grass head without a face on just a little container like this. You could use this as a planter to start your seeds in the springtime before it gets warm enough to plant them outside. But we're gonna make a face. And I have decided that I'm gonna make it a pig because I like pigs and they're cute. So I'm going to make a pig face on mine. So I'm just gonna take some paper and my scissors. I put them way far away from me. I'm gonna make a nose like this. Okay, here's my nose. And didn't bring markers today. So I'm gonna cut little nostrils out of this black piece of paper. Got a piece of hair in my mouth. I can't get it out. So, okay. There we go. Put these nostrils on there. Got our little piggy nose. Now some of the craft items that you might use, like pipe cleaners or maybe those soda bottle lids, they don't stick really well with regular white school glue. So you might want to use a hot glue. If you're going to use a hot glue, make sure that you have an adult help you, okay? Unless you are an adult. You might still want an adult to help you. But stick that nose right on there, like so. He's pretty cute. And I see I dropped my eyeball. So he might be a one-eyed pig because I don't know if I can find it. These eyes are supposed to be self-adhesive, but I'm just gonna glue them on because I can't get the thing off the back. Slap that eye on there. See if I can find the other one. Today's going well. Today's going really well, right? All right, so, oh, I found it. It's down there. Got it. Okay. Stick this other eyeball in here. Let's see. He's kind of lopsided, isn't he? All right. He needs little ears, right? So I'm going to make him some little piggy ears. I'm going to make them kind of like this. If I pull this back, can you see a little better? Yeah. Okay. Put some little eyeballs on there. These are not eyeballs. These are ears. Gonna put some little ears on there. Now, the benefit of using the school glue is that it does dry clear. So you might see a little bit, you might see a little white right now, but that will dry clear. And you won't see that. There we go. And I think we need a tail. How am I gonna do a tail? Let's see. I'll do a long strip, and then I will wrap it around my finger and see if I can make it a little bit curly. There we go. Yes, curly little tail. We'll stick that on there. Now after you finish your craft, you're just going to set him in the sun. Make sure he stays wet, damp, and then eventually he will sprout and be really cute, like this, our little planter right here. And remember, this guy just sprouted the other day. I just made him late last week, so he hasn't had much time to grow. And then, of course, maybe in a couple weeks, he'll look like this guy, okay? So make sure you post your pictures of your craft. I really want to see them growing. My tail fell off. There we go. There he is, my little, oh no, his eye is slipping. There we go, my little pig guy. Okay, so I do have that second craft, and let's go through that really quickly. For this second craft, it's the egg shaker, like a maraca, and here they are. I'm gonna make these guys. Now this is really important that you make these today, sometime today, because tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, citywide, they're doing a make noise, right? So we're gonna go outside, 7 o'clock, and make as much noise as you can. We're gonna thank those first responders and those healthcare workers that are on the front lines. So we're going to say thank you by making as much noise as possible. Yeah, that's fun. It's fun to make noise, right? So what we have to do is get some of those extra Easter eggs that you have lying around from Easter a few weeks ago. You're gonna find some beans, you can use rice, you can use pasta, you can use and really anything. Salt would actually work really well. You might have to use a lot of it, but anything to put in it and make a little bit of noise. And then we need some spoons, 2 spoons, and then some sort of tape. It can be decorative tape, it could be masking tape or Scotch tape. You can use washi tape would work really well for this if you have some washi tape. I have this colored duct tape that I'm going to use. So really any tape will work, and you can make it as decorative. I kind of put strips around mine, but you can decorate it however you want and make it as complicated or as easy as you want. Okay, so what we're going to do is take our egg. Now these eggs sometimes have holes in the top and the bottom, so if you're using something like salt that's very little, that might go through those holes, make sure you tape over the holes before you start shaking. So yeah, that's, you know, experience, listen to me, things that I've done, right? So you're gonna take a little bit of the beans, stick them in your egg, and close your egg up, easy peasy, right? I always like, especially if kids are gonna use these, I like to tape my egg shut by itself. So I'll just get a little bit of tape. Don't use your teeth to cut the duct tape. Use some scissors or rip it. Okay, and then we're just gonna tape around the seam of the egg so it stays closed and doesn't open up and spill all the beans. Spill all the beans. Yeah. So anyway, you could just use a shaker like this if you have a toddler, a baby sister or brother that wants to make some noise too. This is really good for them. They can just hold it really easily and shake it. But if you want to make it the maraca style, you're going to take 2 spoons and you're going to put your egg in between the 2 spoons like this, and then you're just going to tape it. Tape around, tape around, tape around. And it's as easy as that. And then you have your maraca, and you can go outside and annoy your neighbors. There you go. Now for these, I put several pieces of tape just to make it a little more decorative and fun, but 1 piece of tape works, and then there you have it. You have your shaker, all right? So today we did make our little grass heads, and we also made our shakers. Remember, tomorrow night, go outside, 7 o'clock, Friday, April 24th, and make as much noise as you can. Go out on your balcony, out in your front lawn, and let's thank those people on the front lines, okay? All right, so we will see you next Thursday with another Crafts with Katie. We will also see you tomorrow with Meet a Friend Friday with Miss Kaylin, and we'll see you next week for another fun week of Zoo School. Happy Earth Week!